The summer pool party has officially begun, and this year we're doing something special.
That's right. Instead of making you wait so many weeks, we're doing every week in the pool.
Not only that, we're doing Patreon pools, and then the next week we're doing a producer pool, and then we're doing a Patreon pool, and then we're doing a producer pool.
That's right. Back to back to back to back weeks of playing your games. These are your games, the games that you want us to play. You can find out more information or find out how you can be a part by visiting us at patreon.com/NGP podcast. Welcome to New Game Plus. This is a retro gaming podcast where three guys spend 7 days playing one old game and then we talk about it. My name is Dustin.
My name is Kenny.
What's up?
And this is episode 485, and it is a producer poll! Question of the week. If you wanted to introduce a non-gamer to retro gaming, what game would you have them play?
Kenny has a good answer to this.
I don't. I want to go last because you guys will be mad at me.
Mad at you? Or you're worried that you don't think I'm going to steal yours?
Nope. That's not what I'm worried about at all.
Okay. Dustin? What?
Yeah, listen, I, like all of us, thought something in the Mario verse, which is probably not a bad idea. I think Super Mario World is probably a good one, but I watched Kenny somewhat recently play it, and I've changed my mind.
Yeah. It's a terrible choice for that.
I mean,
was the controller upside down? I forget.
The controller was upside down.
But he constantly ran off the cliff.
The controller was upside down.
He said something's wrong with the controller. It was really good. Okay. So I have two other submissions that y'all are going to disagree with, but I've got reasonings. My first,
Okay.
Parappa the Rapper.
That is a wild pull.
It is a wild pull. I don't completely disagree.
Well, remind me of that game more.
It's obviously way proto Guitar Hero or anything like that, but it is on the PlayStation, and it is. I mean, it's bad graphics, but my thought process was you were using the face buttons to input the beats, or on the beat you're inputting buttons. So
it kind of teaches you to use the buttons,
teaches you the face buttons, because you're going to need to end up knowing where the triangle and the circle and the square and the X are. It gives you a little bit of rhythm with it. It's a very low, I was going to say low stress. I mean, it's a different kind of stress. Platformers I feel like are challenging, and this one you're not dying.
Sure.
It's friendly for everybody.
You don't have a camera to manage. You don't have an inventory you got to dig through. It's a good answer.
Look at you helping me. Thank you. Good answer. My other submission is very different from that one, but I would go with one of the early Sims, maybe The Sims 2. Those are very lightweight. I know they can have a depth to it, but it's just live a life in a virtual world. I just feel like that one too, you're not having to make snap decisions. You kind of get calm, zen, peace. You can kind of build your house if that's what you want to do, or you can kind of role play as a character.
It's The Sims. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, these new retro gamers would quickly find out that you can set your house on fire, or you can take steps out of the swimming pool, all of that fun stuff.
This person is a modern gamer, though. Like, they play modern games or they don't game?
That's a good question. I was going without games. That's why I chose games that are very,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
then
because
those are good choices.
It is a very different question, I guess, if we were talking about people that play modern games only.
I think it's a different question, but I like it better if it's someone who's not familiar with games. I think it's a better question. And
is that the direction you went?
No. But hearing your answers, I was like, oh, this is probably not a good suggestion.
Talk to me and tell me, and why is it Cuphead? No, that's not even retro, but...
It's not even retro.
Yeah, he's...
Retro vibes.
It's Castlevania 1.
Okay, well, it's a better answer than Dark Souls.
Yeah. I think that
I want to hear this.
okay. The reason I chose it is because I wanted to choose an NES game because lately I've been on that NES is the best retro console, maybe best console, and there's plenty to choose from. So like that person could get hooked on that game and just go like through the library of the NES, and there's so much to pick from. So there's a lot of options. I chose Castlevania because it's a good game.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, it is a tried and true platformer. It defined a lot of what platforming would become. Yes, it's very, very difficult. Didn't think about that part, but
It is difficult, but it's not so complex that like they wouldn't
Right,
be
it's
able
very
to
straightforward.
understand what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
even if you don't succeed at it, I could see why you would think it. I still think it's probably a steep hill to climb, but I get the thought process there.
It's challenging. That's interesting.
is.
Kenny?
So here's my thesis. Um,
Oh no.
you said to introduce a non-gamer to retro gaming, but I think everyone's a gamer. Some people may not have played video games, but most people will have something in their life that video games also provides. You're like, what are you talking about?
yeah, that's what I'm like right now.
The answer depends on who the person is. Is this your grandmother who just knits? Then you look for some kind of pattern puzzler. You bust out Bejeweled or something for that person. Is it somebody that reads a lot instead of playing games? Then you find something story driven, or you give them a point and click adventure. Are they into sports? You just literally do this video game version of whatever the sports game is. There's so much diversity in games, and there's so many old retro games, that the answer here is 1,000%. It depends. You find the thing that is interesting to that person, and if you can't do that, then you just figure out their spouse or their best friend or their sister or brother or whoever it is that they're closest to, and figure out what game that person played as a child and just lean on nostalgia. You cater your answer completely to the person. There's a game for them. Everyone's a gamer. Sorry for ruining your premise, but that's my answer.
Kenny, have you ever played Ligma?
No, don't answer that and don't laugh at it. Kenny,
I have not.
you're not sorry for ruining the premise, are you?
No, I am.
Not really sorry.
I am slightly sad that you are as disappointed as you are.
No, you're
But
not,
I
because you
stand
you
by
continue
the
to do it.
philosophy of my answer, and I think it's true. I think
but-
I think that the thing that I'm trying to say is an important truth, that there's something in old games for everybody, and that I would be doing all of those people a disservice by trying to suggest a game that would work for anyone as an on-ramp.
But that
Yeah, I mean,
It's a non-answer. I'm
but
giving
listen.
you the fact that it's a terrible
Right.
answer.
No. Listen to
but
me.
It's,
Listen to
it's
me.
a good thing to
But
talk
listen
about.
to me.
But listen
the
to me,
thing
though.
is, with that answer, Kenny, you know no one's going to disagree with you. We all obviously instinctually know. I don't think everybody agrees that everybody's a gamer, but everybody is going to agree, yes, it contextually matters. Of course it does.
Absolutely.
No. These are some of the underlying assumptions that we all have, and then we go from there to develop an answer for the sake of conversation. We don't come to the table saying whatever game their significant other played as a child.
Okay,
Low-key,
which is
I
a
just-
great answer. No, that's a great answer. That's the best part of my answer, is that suggestion, and you can't argue with it. Sorry, let's just pretend.
Have you played Sugma?
Super Mario Brothers, the first one, because it's a classic and everybody should play it. So that's
Low-key,
my
I was
answer.
just trying to not say Ocarina of Time because that's like the real answer. Because that's
Ooh,
like
camera. It's clunky. I don't know.
so what?
Oh no.
Clunky.
Yeah.
Clunky.
The handling. The
Yeah,
Z
let's turn on.
the focus.
No, the Z trigger is brilliant use of that
Okay,
button.
You
okay.
accept
Now
my
it's our turn to-
Castlevania submission before you
Yes.
Sugma Ocarina of Time?
You're really on that tonight.
Can someone just say it?
Well, at least two of us submitted a game. You can try any of these games, Parappa the Rappa, or I don't know if it's Rappa. It might just be
It's
Rapper.
Rappa. It's
the-
It's
Rappa.
Rappa.
The Sims 2, Castlevania, or any game that your friend played growing up.
I said Bejeweled if your grandmother knits. You can't say I didn't say an actual title.
Try these games, and like us, you too might have a ball. Also, like Cinderella. Like in our retro game of the week, Kingdom Hearts, Birth by...
Overview.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Z's is an action
Why don't you say
RPG for kids.
What?
It's the 6th installment of the
Here we go.
Kingdom Hearts series.
Stop. What?
It's a kid's learning game.
Okay, every game is for kids then?
It is an action
Why did we
RPG
point that out here
Here.
for
He's
children.
already upset.
and not on other games? You're crazy.
6th installment in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Wow.
But the first game in the story, because this is a true prequel.
Plus, also, you're a Disney adult more than any of us.
I didn't say anything bad about Disney adults or who's more or who's less. I just
I'll say
literally
something
said this
bad
is a
about
game
Disney
for
adults.
children. PlayStation Portable.
They're as bad
in
as AI.
2010. Square Enix and Disney combo, just like all of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. And in this game, you get to play as either Terra, Ventus, or Aqua. These are names that you'd be familiar with if you played along with us during the first Kingdom Hearts games. Characters that make an appearance in the Kingdom Hearts universe at that point.
Interesting.
Not in like super heavy ways, I don't think. And Nolan, you may tell me I'm wrong. I understood
I
that
think
was the
you're
case.
wrong.
I
think you're wrong.
I'm almost certain that that's the case, but I could not be. You know Kingdom Hearts better than I do.
Yeah, but I've forgotten a lot.
And yeah, a lot of this game is going to feel familiar. It is the fairly consistent Kingdom Hearts concept of Disney universes colliding with this fantasy universe where bad stuff is happening. Where in the other games you've got the Heartless and the
Heartless
get
is
there.
what I'm most familiar with.
can get there.
Unburdened. What's the second game one's called? I forget in Kingdom Hearts 2 what they call them.
Shadows? Dark Guy?
Unburdened.
No, Nolan remembers.
No,
What
he
are they?
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't
said
remember.
Unburdened, but I don't think you
No,
remember.
in this game you are playing against the Unversed. That's
Right.
their general catch-all for
They're all the same.
They're all the same. It's a generic,
Oh.
vague, evil bad guys, but with a twist. And you're fighting those guys here in a similar way that you do in the other Kingdom Hearts games. Pretty typical stuff, except that they bring a new battle system here for the first time. And that's a little bit of a pivot for the series, is how the battle system works.
Can
Did
we
you say
talk-
PSP?
Yeah, he did, but you were probably saying a ligament.
Yeah, he
a
was
Disney
he was
adult.
arguing over me the whole time.
He did. And can we talk about not only that console, which we have so few games from our podcast on,
Yeah.
can we also talk about how this game came out in 2010, meaning
Yeah.
it just became, it's one of the newer games that we've
Oh,
played
yeah.
on the podcast.
Correct.
I mean, that's 15 years by how many? Okay.
Yeah, it's 25
Wait.
years, right? I know.
Okay, going by the Japan date, it's eligible.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. but-
January of
No.
this year.
Oh yeah, 15 years. Right. And I don't know if we felt it as much because it was on a handheld device. I think if it was a console, we would maybe feel that newness even more. So this one did feel fresh. It felt new, but it felt just as Kingdom Hearts, and those feel new as well. But as the console Kingdom Hearts did.
Obviously, the look and sound look a little bit more current, but again, you're right,
Handheld.
because handhelds, that was less of an awkwardness. But anytime we're right at the threshold of our 15 years makes it count as retro for our informal purposes, and we flirt with that line. You just feel it. Like, this game is, I mean, that's the 6th one in the series, and we've played some of the older titles in the series, but we haven't played one. I mean, this is the most recent one we possibly could have played.
2010 PSP is wild. That's like prime.
Like late? Oh, prime.
Yeah, and like prime era for me to be playing something like this. I have the game, I have the original hardware, but I played it on the Steam Deck this week.
Do you know?
Just because
Do you know what was 2004 PSP?
2004 PSP. Dang, that console's that old?
I guess so.
I don't know. No.
Hot Shots Golf Open Tee.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's Golf.
We played it. Everybody's golf.
So I think that was the first and only PSP game that we played. Oh, yeah. Hot Shots Golf Open Tee is a PSP title. We didn't play it on PSP. We played it on GameCube, right?
I don't think we played it on
PlayStation 2.
PSP. No, I think we have played one thing on PSP though, but I don't think it's that.
Wait,
Have
yeah.
we? We might
It
not
could have been. I know we've played something on the PSP before.
I feel like this also came out for it was only Everybody's Golf. Sorry. Hot Shots Golf Open Tee was only on PSP. So that's why I'm confused right now. But
then
I don't
that's what
remember
we would have played it
playing
on. That must have
No,
been
I
a
think
game.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think it's cool that hopefully we're gonna play some more on this console, but I don't know the library that well. I had like the big hitters, like I had this game, I had Crisis Core, and like maybe a couple other random ones, but there's like a Metal Gear Solid on here that a lot of people like. And then PSPs are like really loved by the handheld emulator community because they're like really hackable. And it was like my MP3 player as well. I had like all my songs on there, and it has like the Windows Media Player used to have like a visualizer, on desktop. It did that kind of thing. So I loved that thing, man.
Want to hear a few of the most sold games on the PSP so that we can kind of see what we can look forward to for the console.
Sure.
At the very top with 8 million,
Gran Turismo.
Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Gran Turismo is number 3 with 4.67 million sold.
Okay.
We've got a couple of more Grand Theft Autos up here with Vice City Stories. We've got Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII at number 8. Birth by Sleep was number 17 on the list.
Oh, wow.
Still,
Okay.
That's up there, right?
Yeah, it's not
For
terrible.
sure. Top 20.
It's not terrible.
I'll take it.
I know nobody asked, but I got to get it off of my brain. Kingdom Hearts 1, Heartless. Kingdom Hearts 2, Nobodies. That's
Correct.
I couldn't recall what they were called, but they're Nobodies.
Yes. And again, they're all the same.
No, they're different. No.
They're
That's the thing.
exactly the same.
Don't try to understand the lore because you'll piss me off.
Speaking of, Kenny, explain the lore to us.
I refuse.
No. You have to tell us the basics of the
I
story.
will
Tell us
let
this
you-
game's
yeah.
story.
Absolutely.
This
I
game's
will
story.
I will let you know how the story starts.
Yes.
But like every game, every game in this series, the story gets psychotic. And
Ish.
even starts a little psychotic. This one's a little bit better though.
Comparatively speaking, this one's light work.
Yeah, you are introduced to your trio of characters early on, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. And quickly are introduced to Terra and Aqua going through this trial to become masters.
Keyblade Masters.
Keyblade Masters, right, correct. And Terra fails.
Womp, womp.
He has a moment where the darkness within him begins to show. And
Like Dexter Morgan.
like you would expect, this sort of becomes the theme of his personal journey as he grapples with this idea of light versus darkness, and he's got to figure out who he's all about. He does that with Disney villains. And there's a bad guy you meet right away whose name I can't pronounce, so I refuse to.
Xehanort.
Try.
Yeah,
No.
Xena's heart.
Who's Xena?
The warrior princess? Come on!
He's a child.
I
Look,
forget.
I know about Xena, but try again.
You can't pronounce it.
Of course I can. I know how to pronounce it.
Xehanort.
Yeah, close.
Xehanort.
Xehanort.
Xehanort. Okay,
You
that's
nailed it.
better.
Yeah,
Xehanort.
that which is not that important right here, right?
Of course.
I mean, it's absolutely important. He's the main bad guy in the story.
I will tell you
Wow.
this really quick.
He's our teacher. How dare
Well,
you
I mean,
talk to him like that, about
It
him
is
like that?
very
Who's your
clear that
sensei?
he's the antagonist, even in the first moments of the story when it's trying to pretend like this is Disney villain levels.
sitting
of,
in the
is
chair
he
like
bad
this,
or
Dustin.
not? Yeah,
Got a evil
he's like
goatee.
bald.
draped in shadows. He he is the most stereotypical evil bad guy of all. And you're about to meet all of the all of the most stereotypical evil bad guys from the Disney universe as well. and he's even more obvious than they are.
We now have a bonus episode exclusive for those on Patreon.
Episode is not an over-exaggeration. It's a full episode.
And it's an episode that you get to be a part of.
Yeah, it's called Expansion Pack, and semi-regularly, you get to be a part of the conversation, and we're going to debate, and we're going to scream at each other.
We're going to talk about
Have
video
arguments.
games. Yeah, we're going to scream mostly, though. That's kind of the point of it.
Yeah, we'll be like goats.
You roast us, we roast you. Find out more information at patreon.com/NGP podcast.
Gameplay.
Kenny, I think I know your answer based on how you delivered the story exposition.
Okay.
But at the beginning of this game, you are given not only the difficulty mode option, which I think you've got 4 different difficulty modes, but that's not the biggest
Correct.
decision you're making. You are making a decision of what character you're going to play in this game.
Correct.
First. We'll talk about
yes.
that. And so you've got those 3 character options, and they play very differently with different storylines, although they intersect throughout. Kenny, we'll go through all again. I think I know who you picked, but who was the character that you primarily played this week?
Yes, I played Terra primarily
Yes, you
this
did.
week. That's not a surprise at all.
Why
Based
did you
on
play?
probably
Why?
what I said.
You thought it was
I
sexy?
chose Terra specifically because I thought, from what I read, that's the most natural way to get the story unfolding in a way that's like the most understandable of the whole story and their relationships and everything else. Also, he seems straightforward, like he's your just hit buttons and bash stuff kind of fighter. Aqua is your like magic user, so I would have done Aqua last in order.
I would have thought you'd pick Aqua for that reason, because you're a magic dude.
There's appeal there in terms of like the gameplay. I just wanted the simplicity of getting into the story,
Okay.
seeing what the game was about, and not getting like lost in the details. So I did Terra first.
Nolan, you've played this game many times. You grew up on it, correct?
I'm giving you a V right now.
Right, which Kenny didn't even talk about in the story very much.
I played as Ventus.
It's
Now,
kind of all about him.
yeah, if you
Sort
had to
of.
pick like a main character for this game, I would say it's Ventus for reasons that would be a huge spoiler if I go into. But I think
but-
he looks like other characters in the universe.
You'll know
Take a guess.
right away.
Yeah, if you look at him and you're at all familiar with other Kingdom Hearts anything, he's clearly the one that's like the dude.
And I picked him because it's been a long time since I've played the game. I've 100%ed it. I looked at my game on my PSP. I played all 3 because I loved the game. But I was like, I remember Ventus just being kind of your Sora dude. Like, just probably the most familiar if you're coming from Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2. Because he plays a lot like Sora. So I went Ventus for that reason.
And I, unfortunately, also went Terra. And I say unfortunately because it would have been nice if we all had 3 different experiences this week.
Well, you've got the opportunity to lie to everybody right now.
Terra? You didn't take that opportunity.
and-
I played as
and
Aqua.
you-
I played as
There.
Aqua.
Oh, okay,
Perfect.
played
Look
along,
how that
sick.
worked out.
Yeah,
that
she's
worked
great.
out so
If I
great.
remember correctly, back in the day when I played it, I think I enjoyed Aqua's playthrough the most because of some of the like D-Link stuff and character abilities that you that you get. And that's another thing worth noting here is all 3 of these characters in this game, yes, they have their different paths, and you end up going to some of the same areas, but they all 3 play differently as well. So Terra, in Kenny's case, was straightforward, whack everything, but you're slower than Ventus. And while they're all similar, Aqua does have an affinity with magic. So you truly do get to play the game through 3 different times, but it doesn't feel like you're just playing the same game, like hard mode and Rebirth, for instance, or it's just the same thing but harder. This, you're actually getting more from those characters.
Yeah.
You're really
which I
getting
like.
each character's story to kind
Well-
of tell the whole story.
And what's interesting, the decision that the developers made is I'm pretty confident that you go through primarily the same worlds in the same order, but you are doing something, or in a different area of that
Yeah.
world, doing something drastically different, fighting different bosses. There are a few times throughout where in the story, all three of the trios show up together and fight a boss or whatever. And so I think there is at least one boss you have to fight in each of the playthroughs.
Yeah.
So, but they are very distinct, very drastically different playthroughs. You get different elements of the story. And as we said, they play very differently. Can I request that as we talk a little bit about the systems here, we don't try to do full explanations of all that's going on? Because one, there's so many different things to talk about here. And then two, I think it will be very tedious and boring for someone who hasn't played
It will be.
or isn't just a hardcore Birth by Sleep fan.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
because there's a lot of systems. When we say that they gave you a new battle system and that that's the distinct part of this game, there's a reason that Dustin worries that's the only thing we're going to talk about, because it is different from the other games significantly, and it is both very straightforward, kind of, but then has weird layers of complexity beyond what you would ever expect us to unpack in a reasonable amount of time. And so I think we really do have to find the balance here. I think that's a good call.
So, yes, it is a new system, but I think similar systems existed in a couple games before. Recoded is a
Both.
3DS game that both of those things exist.
Coded is a game, and then Recoded is a newer
One's a
version
mobile
of that
game.
game, I believe.
Well, sure,
Recoded is for the 3DS. That's right. Okay.
You're not allowed to have a game called Recoded unless there's a game called
know.
Coded.
Nice.
I think Coded was a mobile game. Recoded was a re-release on 3DS, and the game's great. And it uses a similar command system, but this is the command deck system, which is a new thing to the series when this came out. And I think it might be one of my favorite things they've done in the series.
Ooh, high
wow.
praise.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
So X is going to just be your standard attack. So you're using your weapon to attack the enemy and mash it over and over again. It's an action game. So like enemies pop up and you're just striking them.
Very, very hack and slash. Don't, because it's Square Enix, even though some of the early game, and it is still an RPG sort of, but do not think like turn-based RPG battles here. This is active.
Square is block, and then triangle is going to be the newish thing here, and it is your command deck. You get a variety of physical abilities and magical abilities, and probably some other abilities as well that you can put into your deck. I think you begin with a space for 3 different abilities that you can swap in and out when you're not in battle. That deck size grows 4, 5, 6, and you can be cycling through these. They naturally cycle, so you use one with triangle, and then it naturally cycles to the next one. And you have infinite uses of them. They just have like a cooldown period.
Yeah.
And so they can naturally cycle through, or you can manually cycle through them, but that's going to be your primary thing. There's so much there to talk about with the command deck, because I believe there are well over 100 different commands.
Yeah, there's quite a few to choose from. They level up as you use them, as you progress through the game, which is nice. And you can change them. So there's like builds you could call it builds in this game that you can have different loadouts, and you will want to do that depending on the world that you're in or like a boss fight that you are struggling with. So I think it's great. It's very simple. Like the other Kingdom Hearts games are very much button mashers. Well, you don't think it's simple?
Oh, it's hard to say that it's simple when we just said there's so much here to talk about that we have to be careful that we
all
can't
agree.
spend
I think
the whole time talking about it.
Kenny, you even said something about it being straightforward. But I don't even know if it's straightforward. Here's the thing. There's a lot of layers to it. You don't necessarily have to know it all and dig into it to enjoy it.
But you could.
But you could.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you could. Honestly,
high ceiling of understanding, but low barrier of entry. It's just it's a wide and complex and yet relatively easy to use system.
Yes.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and the other ones, I don't know if we've done this, but other people have called like Kingdom Hearts 1 like a button masher. You hit X a bunch, and then you cast spells every once in a while.
I mean, you're still going to be hitting buttons a bunch.
You're still going to be doing that here, so they don't change it drastically from what you're used to, but I do like that it cycles for you when you use them. The cooldowns are very, very familiar and I think fair. And that's not even to mention the melding system that you can also experiment with in this game, which that's where it does get deep, but that's where I think a lot of the fun is in this game.
Oh, yeah. So like you can mix and match once you've leveled up commands. You can match 2 of them together. You can throw in an item, a crystal, I believe is what they call it, and then you get a new ability. So you put 2 fires together, you're going to get the upgraded fire, right? So some of those are basic, some of them are a lot more complex.
That cheat sheet you dropped in Discord was so helpful. I forgot about that one.
It's the easy ways to do all the melds for your abilities. So some of these new abilities have these abilities that you can learn and then they're permanent on you. So it's like an experience.
Yeah, it's sort of an unlocked passives.
Unlocked passive, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, if you level the ability up high enough, then you just get something as a bonus. Yeah.
So you've got all that. There's even more, right? There's the shot lock, there's the finish commands, there's the D-links. We probably should at least mention D-links.
I mean, all of those we should at least briefly explain.
Shot lock is a first-person shooter thing where you lock onto things and then you can shoot spells at them like a first person.
Got it. Finish commands. Go. Finish commands.
Finish them off.
Yeah, it's literally you powered up your gauge and now you do a cool thing.
And then D-links, really cool. You get to partner with your friends and foes, and you get to, in battle, press right, and you can use, so if you're playing as Terra, you can use Ventus's speed and his abilities for a little bit, or you can use Aqua's abilities, or the evil witch's abilities, or, whoever
you are
else
literally reaching through dimensions.
Yeah.
To use the command deck of other characters that you have established relationships with. And they even give you a sort of lore reason early on with those little pendants for why you can do this.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's true, actually.
And it's ridiculous, but it's kind of fun because you can pull out all of these other characters.
It's for kids, Kenny.
Absolutely.
No, it's not.
Look, I like the idea of D-links, but I'll tell you this. Since you can't upgrade any of your friends' abilities, it kind of becomes moot at some point because you're upgrading your abilities, so your deck is much better than their deck.
The world ally D-links typically are cooler and more useful. So like the protagonist from the Disney movie of the world you're in. Those are the ones.
And we haven't even talked about setting shortcuts for the commands or how you choose those commands. We haven't talked.
I think it's like cupcake.
We haven't talked about Surge and Storm commands. We haven't talked about.
What's that?
Well, I don't know either. Nolan, just let him go.
All sorts of levels of things that you can do as you progress throughout this game.
But okay, so all the there's a ton of complexity. There's a lot of things to talk about, but the setup of the game is very much like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 in that you are going to these Disney worlds, realms, and exploring and partnering with the characters from that movie to usually beat the evil person from that movie.
Yeah, it's all your favorite characters from your childhood, right? In a game. Ready for you.
I don't know what game y'all played this week. I'm gonna throw in a butt here. And I'm going to talk that this is very unlike some of those others because for the majority of the game, you are not partnering with a Disney character. You don't do that for a very long time in Terra's story, at least. And when you do, I think throughout the game, there's only 3, maybe 4, because Peter Pan, the little alien guy,
Stitch.
It doesn't matter if you partner with them. You go into Disney locations right away.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Kenny. You don't know your Disney. Those first locations, none of those locations are Disney.
Dustin's a Disney adult.
What are we talking about? None of those locations are Disney. Those are Disney created because we're playing it in this game, but they're not Disney worlds. Tell me where these worlds are from. They're created for this game. They're not
You're
Disney
a purist? I was just assuming.
But,
No.
okay.
I know both of y'all were assuming. None of those are
no.
Disney worlds. They're created for
cares?
this game. So it's very different than Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, where you're specifically going. Now, you do have a few. I think
You're
you
right.
go to the Coliseum here, which is very like
No.
Hercules.
Yeah,
and you get a
Hercules is
younger
there.
Hercules, and that one's very Disney. But the majority of these worlds are not from any movie IP. They're their own thing here.
You got Snow
What?
White and the Seven Dwarves. You got
Early,
Cinderella
that's the
and
first
her
one.
mice. You got Maleficent.
Yeah,
like
maybe
you
you played the long
have
game.
Disney
You have those
crap,
characters-
even if the location is a
Right?
generic location, you're in
no,
that
no,
world.
that's what we're talking about.
You are
But it
in
looks
that
like a
world's
Disney
IP.
movie.
It can
doesn't
look
matter.
like one, but you can't make it up. That's not the areas. It's not the world. Here's where. Okay, so you're telling me Enchanted Dominion, Dwarf Woodlands. Tell me where that one is. Castle of Dreams,
Snow White.
Mysterious Tower, Radiant
Correct.
Garden. All of
Yes.
these. No, Disney Town.
Yeah, it's from the
Yes.
Disney Town movie. You never seen that?
You know, I've never seen that one.
That must have been after your time.
Deep Space. The only one I'll give you is Coliseum and Neverland. And the Badlands. So
Bro,
later
Deep
on in
Space
the
is
game,
from Stitch. Lilo
all
and
the
Stitch.
other ones are connected too, and I never said anything about that. But I'm
He's
saying
got
that
Disney
the worlds
adult
you're
gums.
visiting
This
are not the
is-
straight up Disney ones. In Kingdom Hearts
This
2,
is
you're
the weirdest thing to
that y'all
have,
did, yes.
No, to take
No, that you
a
got hung up on.
strong
I'm
It
gonna
is
shut
stance
very
on-
unlike Disney 1 and 2, where you're going to a new world,
1
partnering
and
with a Disney character, and wrapped up completely in the world of the movie that they were in.
You
not doing
literally
that here.
watch the story of Cinderella unfold before you.
No, you do not. You
I
see
mean-
one scene of her crying. Wait, no, this is Cinderella we're talking about. I was on Snow White. You see,
Right, who
You-
also
you see her dancing in a ballroom with only two
which
people,
is
by
what
the
she
way.
the movie.
does.
That's from the movie.
I'm not saying it's
whoa,
not.
stop. Dustin wants to watch a full 2.5 hours per world of the movie.
No, but
Right.
in
And be
Kingdom
in every
Hearts
scene.
1 and 2, how is this? Oh my goodness! In Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2,
2v1.
particularly 2, you are going to the world from the movie, and you're partnering with the character to continue
Sure.
doing the thing in the movie. You're not doing any of those things except maybe late with Peter Pan or with Alien. You've got a few of
Stop
these
saying
elements.
alien. He has a name.
I've never seen the movie, but but in most of these worlds,
Bro.
you are not exploring. You're not doing those things. The main thing here is a story in and of itself. Now, I only played Terra's, and I didn't get all the way through, but you are solo the majority of my experience, and yours, Kenny.
But it is very much happening alongside the Disney character, universe, and story. As your story unfolds.
I mean,
You
a
got
little
me.
bit.
You got me like tripping now, like, cause I never thought of it that way. Don't ruin the game. Like, it's you. You have those characters and those worlds, though. You do.
No, in the first few worlds, you have the princess that you have to escort to one location. You're not involved in a Disney story other than like getting her to the ball. All you're doing, and here's my chief complaint in this game, and maybe I can get some help here because I've got only enemies in the podcast today. But
Yeah, I'll destroy you.
What you're doing world to world is basically rinse and repeat. You are going, and these are very small worlds. It is very different than the other two
they're
games. And
very
I'm not-
brief.
The
I'm
first
not
one is
complaining.
literally Snow White.
It's a.
What are you talking about?
How many thousand times do I have to say that there are characters, you're not partnering with them, they're not fighting with you, you're not working with them, you're not getting into the middle of the story that they are. It is very, 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 very different than Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. But
You are
chief complaint-
chasing your antagonist through their stories.
Yes.
But it is your story that is happening.
Yes.
Right.
Which is different than Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, where it is
Correct.
the Disney stories that are happening at least for a length of time.
And if it were to actually be a
Real life.
a Disney related kind of thing, you would expect to get custom music from each of those universes when you were there. That's the soundtrack from the movies that you're in. Oh wait, that's there.
No, it's not.
Dude, for sure it is, right?
You
Is he
get the girl that
gaslighting
sings
me?
bippity boppity boo.
Yes.
Is he
She
gaslighting me?
sings it one
Don't
time.
ruin this game.
No, the game doesn't have to be ruined. I was going to say my chief complaint. Now everybody's
chief
mad at me,
complaint.
and I didn't
Yeah.
even hate this game.
You're canceled.
Listen, My chief complaint is that you're doing rinse repeat. You're going to an environment. It really does. The reason why I'm even bringing this up, well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is because it doesn't really matter. That doesn't take center stage. Hopefully, but I know they don't agree with me. The Disney component of this game is not center stage like it is in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Your character, their story is what takes center stage, and you are going, as Kenny kind of said, that you're doing your story in the midst of theirs. You're showing up to a new world, a very small world with only probably like 3 or 4 different environments in that, which
They
is
had 3
much smaller.
playthroughs to fit in the game.
Sure.
I'll give them slack.
Sure.
And handheld and whatever else.
Sure. But you're doing the same thing. All you're doing is going and fighting a mob and moving to the next area and fighting a mob and moving to the next area and fighting a mob. They might put a little story there, like making sure that the princess doesn't get hit so she can get to the ball. And then at the end, you fight a boss and the story progresses, and then you go to the next very small world and do the same thing. Now, that changes up a little bit later, but you're pretty much doing that with each character, with each stage. And that is just, it's a little bit samey, but the fun here, in my opinion, is playing around with that system that we explained, the command deck system.
Absolutely, that's the point here.
And fighting. And I will tell you this. I also, I don't know if anybody said this, but I enjoy the combat system here a lot more than Kingdom Hearts 1.
I said that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for
I
sure,
agree.
More than 1.
It is,
Yeah.
for sure more than 1, and maybe more than 2. There
Maybe
is
more
a
than
lot
2.
here. I liked the melding stuff. I liked the, I mean,
It's
felt
a pretty cool combat system. It
pretty
felt
cool combat
overwhelming at first to learn, and
There's
it
a lot.
is overwhelming because it's so much. I mean, we literally even said we can't even talk about it all because there's so much involved in it. But there's a reason it's there, and it gives you a lot to explore.
Yeah, and there's reason to replay, obviously, with the characters, and there's like, it's a pretty good completionist game, if I remember correctly, like getting all the commands, unlocking all the abilities, getting all the melds. Like, that was so fun for me. And yes, it's daunting, but like if you're enjoying the game, it's a good loop.
Yeah.
And then the harder difficulties in this game, I actually tried critical, and it's so hard. Like, it's so hard that I feel like even if you know the game really well, like, you still will be bashing your head against a wall. Like, even speedrunners, I bet,
Are they just
struggle with that.
spongy, the enemies?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, and you just take so much damage. Like, it's rough, but there's a lot to love about that combat system. And like, I don't know if y'all will or want to, but it is fun trying the other characters as well. Or at least I thought so.
Yeah, Terra was fine in that, honestly, I'll tell you, I was playing normal difficulty. I didn't struggle. I struggled on 1 or 2 human bosses, but everything else, the mobs, with my command abilities and then getting into my different finishing moves and all these things, like, I was pretty much unstoppable. Now, I think he does more damage and stuff, so maybe the other characters are a little bit more squirrely, but yeah, I wasn't having any trouble dealing out damage, using abilities like sleep to put the full mob to sleep, like,
yeah, dude.
magnet stuff to pull them in, and then some abilities to lift them into the air, 0 gravity, and other things like that. Like, I felt very powerful, and I would imagine if you really learn the systems of the other characters who move a lot faster, because that was my chief complaint with Terra, is guys kind of clunky and slow.
Yeah.
Like, Kenny, did you feel that at all? Like,
A little bit. It wasn't terrible, but yeah.
I think this is universal for the characters. I wish there was a little bit more flow in between attacking and abilities. I think there's animations that the game forces to play out before you get to proc the next one, and sometimes that feels really bad.
Yep, you can get stuck in like the whole animation lock, and then in critical mode, and I think even in proud mode, you'll get like, if you get hit at the wrong time, you just get stun locked. Like, they will literally combo you to death. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think their recovery's faster
Yeah.
in those modes, which is ridiculous.
Oh.
But yeah, I feel like that's in the other games too. It's certainly in 1, but I felt that a little bit, just kind of being maybe slower in general. And some of the commands, the animations on the commands specifically, is where you kind of feel it the most, I think.
Did either of you play around with the either the board game or the sticker album?
Oh yeah.
In this
no, not
non-kids
much.
game, in this definitely
It's
not,
not
a kids game.
game. It's definitely not. No, I didn't.
Did you get the poo book?
Stop.
Board game. Neither of you played around with it?
No, I wanted to stick more to just getting through the main story as much as I could. I forgot about that completely. Like, I feel like I don't even know why it's in the game. I mean,
yeah, it's a pretty optional,
cool,
but it's a kind of cool thing that it's there, I guess.
Well, you can level up commands in it, can't
but
you?
that's not more fun than fighting.
No, the concept of it is kind of fun. But again, it felt very like kind of half-baked idea to me. Yeah, I like the concept. I like that there's sort of something going on that's like outside of just, you know, that kind of like game within a game thing can work, whether you're doing like gummy ship antics or whether you're doing this like board game within the game. I think the concept works well. I'm not convinced it was implemented as well as it could have here, but again,
board
it's not
game
the point.
or gummy ship, you have to pick one.
I mean, if I have to pick one, maybe board game.
I'll say they made a really good decision in not making it a mandatory component of the game.
Right,
like the gummy ship.
Like the gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts 1. So there are look, it is a fine idea, fine inclusion. I think maybe part of the idea, Kenny, I believe early on there was a multiplayer component, like the PSPs could link with one another.
Yeah, I think there is a multiplayer here. You can only do it locally, so this is not an over the internet multiplayer. This is you have your handhelds and you're with your other kid friends, and you're playing multiplayer together as a core part of your childhood memories that you're developing.
I hate you so much.
As a baby.
And that's how the multiplayer is supposed to happen.
Aged.
Nolan, you grew up with this game, but can you acknowledge that no, that some of the voice acting is not great, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's not amazing in the main lines, right? You have some really good ones.
Well, some of them in the main lines are like the legit actors, I think. But not all of them.
And and then especially in this one.
This one, I feel like I could have done all of the voice acting for all of the characters across universes, genders, planet of origins. And done a better job of making it sound like the original characters than these voice actors did.
I don't want a Kenny voiced Aqua.
Including all 7 dwarves.
I would say, Nolan, with Kenny and I spending the majority of our time with Terra, his is one of the worst. So it's very bad delivery. And like some of the characters are fine. Like the Evil Queen's voice I think is pretty good. But Terra being a main character. And here's the thing. It's not only the delivery, although it is, the writing is not good. Like the lines they're given are not good.
The writing in Kingdom Hearts in general, I don't think is great.
Right, and this
It's
is a step
corny.
below that.
Maybe Terra's just a cornball. I don't remember. I don't like Ventus wasn't like cool,
but he's
necessarily.
Younger.
But like. He wasn't. I didn't notice it that much. Maybe Terra is just a really, really bad written and voiced character.
Outside of the voice acting, I felt like the sound was pretty fine here. Like I felt like it looked and sounded pretty good. You had music, you had some things, you had normal Kingdom Hearts level of Disney and Square production of making a game. You know, this doesn't feel cheap or poorly made, with the notable exception of. I don't know where they found some of these voice actors.
Yeah, I would have liked them to include some Disney songs, but the music that they did include was good and quality and fine. And I think the graphics are great. Some things are noticeably simplistic, maybe in the background or something, but for a handheld, I think it's really nice. PSP had some really good, definitely passable graphics in my opinion.
PSP has really good visuals, and it always amazes me when I see them. I'm reminded at how close to like PS2 they were able to get. I mean, even better than PS2. I think. I mean, the screen size
Screen size, yeah, helps for sure.
Helps, but it's also like when I picked mine up this week, I was like, oh, I'm gonna play on original hardware, and I was like, am I like, I don't know why it bothered me so much. I like my 3DS screens, and they're smaller, so it's a good screen on that console, and the visuals look great. But I played on the Steam Deck because I
is it
just wanted to
small, bro? I don't think I never owned a PSP. Is it tiny?
it's I mean,
Bigger than a DS.
Bro,
Bigger
it's-
than a 3DS.
I mean,
Phone?
take your phone,
That's tiny.
sideways. It's close. Like it's about. I mean, I don't know which phone you have, but like, yeah, with buttons on the side. It was a great compact console though. Like it was sturdy. The UMD is a disc,
Yeah.
which was interesting for a handheld. So it was a bit noisy because of that, but.
Man,
Yeah, I don't know.
hey, listen, you're making me remember the PSP. Fitting a game of this size and of this, like the amount of content, because there are 3 stories worth playing. You know, they're 3 individual stories. It's not just the same thing.
Absolutely.
There's
And 4,700 cutscenes. You know, you get
yeah.
an hour of story at the beginning before it lets you play the game, just like
I hear
every other
some
Kingdom
negativity.
Hearts game.
I hear
mean,
some
I'm,
negativity.
I'm maybe implying some things, but if you've played Kingdom Hearts, you know what Kingdom Hearts is and what they're about and how they go about telling you this huge, humongous story that they're going to build. So that's not a surprise to you.
Which, by the way, in your first play, you immediately skipped all of the cutscene story, and Nolan got mad at you.
Sure, because anytime I do a first play and I watch any amount of cutscene, you yell at me and tell me that you want to see me play the game and not just watch it.
No, we tell
No,
you to
I
don't
just want you to
skip the.
talk and not just sit there drooling silently.
No, well then I'm skipping cutscenes.
It was a great first play, but I wanted to turn it off because you skipped the whole like Keyblade Apprentice Master setup, which is
But-
crucial.
To be fair, he also probably skipped the very like copyrighted song of the series that is on there at the beginning too. So
That's a good point. But you know what? At the time, the like Keyblade Wars, which is this plot line's backdrop, was like hinted at, and just the zeitgeist of like Kingdom Hearts stuff. So it was like always this mystical thing, and then this game got announced, and it was like, oh, like it was like so hype. And when it came out, I remember, I don't know why this was just now the realization I had it, but I was like, okay, Kingdom Hearts is getting out of hand. Like this, like the
You
I mean,
just
it's a prequel.
you just now thought that this series was getting out of hand.
No, in 2010 is when it hit me. When this game
Right,
came
but
out.
it took you that long.
It took me that long. Yeah.
This game, this series was out of hand 10 minutes into the first title of the first game.
Oh no, 2010 it still made sense. Like this
It was
this
never
still made
in
sense.
hand.
Yes, it did.
It was never in hand.
Maybe not, but like now Kingdom Hearts 4 is on, I mean, it's not out yet, right? But it's it has been announced. It might never come out. But I don't even know. At this point, I probably would not be able to work my way around a Kingdom Hearts story.
you know what I wanted to do this week, and I'm probably still going to do it. I've talked about it before. I've done it with Mega Man and a few others. I probably want to watch like an 8 to 12 hour YouTube lecture walking through
They
the
exist.
full story of Kingdom Hearts.
You
They exist. I
don't.
bet they're good. No, you do.
You don't want to do that.
You don't, because you'll get pissed. Like you'll be mad that one guy, like Xehanort, for example, is actually like 16 other people.
Sure. Well, and
Which is like-
here's the main problem with their writing. It really feels like they didn't have ideas from the beginning. They just did things, and then they had to make up reasons for it. And so they're like,
Dude.
okay, that's not the person that you thought it was. Well, no, it's not the person that you thought it was either. You just changed it. Or you know, I really
Yeah.
think that they just kept writing stories, and then they felt like they had to connect them when they didn't. It's like trying to connect all of the Zelda games when it was never intended to be that way.
When it
in
was
the first
never the
place.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree with you if I didn't know the creator of this series
Sure.
is like that. He's like that. Like that's his thing. Like he likes the convoluted ass. Like
Sure.
he probably likes how crazy it's gotten.
Yeah.
You know, just according to his plan.
There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts media out there, a lot of games in the series. There's 13 games, and I believe this one was released in between 358 over 2 days. Is that how you actually
Amazing
pronounce
game.
that?
DS
Not,
game
not with a title like that.
follows
and,
Roxas.
And Recoded was the one that followed this. You mentioned that
Also
earlier.
great.
This one has a direct sequel. Did you know? Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage.
I thought it was called 0.2 Aqua. Maybe some people call it that. I didn't know that until this week.
Yeah, released in 2017.
For what though? On mobile
Would
again?
your-
No.
Would your
PS4?
naming conventions have to get that convoluted?
They don't have
with
to.
You? I know they don't have to, but
They
that's
snuck
so
it-
emblematic of what they do.
They
You're
snuck
right, they
it
just
into like one of those compilation games where they call it like 2.8 final
Sure.
mix remix. We're
See,
back again.
which is even crazier. Worse.
Yep. No, Dustin,
Yeah.
you're right. They just don't say no to anything. They just
I know.
do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Fine.
Yeah. They don't have an
Fine.
editor. That's the problem. They don't have an editor. There's also a few HD editions and collections of this game with crazy names, so I'm not going to go through them. But you can find updated. In fact, a lot from our community this week played on Switch or like a
The
newer
more recent release. Yeah, there's an HD version of it that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
something like that.
PS5.
But if you do want a copy for your PSP, you can get one not too bad at all. $13 loose, $20 complete in box, and $33 brand new.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
I thought I
that's-
was sitting on some money.
No, that's not very much money at all.
I have complete in box.
I'll give you $5.
That'll get me like a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Final thoughts.
At the end of each and every one of our episodes, we determine whether or not the game gets our vote for New Game Plus status, which is our general thumbs up or thumbs down. It does require 2/3 of the vote to swing one way or the other. Nolan, our Kingdom Hearts fanboy that knows all the lore, that probably recorded an 8-hour lecture himself.
Yeah, I'll be able to go head to head with any of you out there.
What did you think?
Well, I'm worried, number one.
Oh, okay.
After hearing all that nonsense. But Birth by Sleep is one of... This is maybe... I mean, it's not even rose-colored. 2010 wasn't that old. I think it's one of the better in the series. Now, there are a handful of amazing games in the series. I think Kingdom Hearts 2, just for reference for you fans out there, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is still my favorite. I'm a huge fan of Chain of Memories on the Advance. And I really, really like Birth by Sleep for a couple reasons. The first and biggest reason is the command deck system and the melding system. I think they both add so much fun to an already really solid combat experience that they just kind of, they take and put in all the games and then do little spins on it. And I think it works really, really well. And then the other reason is because of the 3 main characters. I think that's interesting and adds replayability, but not quite, because it's like a different experience, both in the way that the character plays and feels, and also how you're getting the story, the order of which you're getting the story, and then their perspectives differ, and then the endings are different. So I think if you like Kingdom Hearts, I think it's a must play. But I think if you are maybe coming into it cold, I still think it's a really playable and solid game. The downside is that it is a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, so the story side is going to be a little frustrating for you. But I still think it's worth playing. So obviously I give it New Game Plus.
That's one yes. Kenny, what are your final thoughts of Birth by Sleep?
Yeah, I'm so torn on this one, and Dustin, your generic negativity throughout the entire episode almost made me change my mind, because I was right on the threshold, but it would have been changing my mind. Here's my thoughts. To some degree, I feel like you're either a Kingdom Hearts person or you're not. And I appreciate a lot about the series, but the whole primary gimmick of Kingdom Hearts games still doesn't always sit really well with me. And so I have some issues just when we're in this universe at all. I've rolled my eyes about the lore and how big it is. I've rolled my eyes about the sort of like, Disney character combo thing and just how that works. But that's all bigger than this specific title. That's just Kingdom Hearts, and that's more me. So I will say I had some fun with the new and varied combat mechanics. I think that's super great. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a good game, and it's just the series that I struggle with. And so I'm giving it a very, very unconvincing yes, because I can't really think of anything besides taste and maybe the bad voice acting to complain about here. There's things you could choose to complain about, but nothing really truly bugged me. I had fun. I liked the combat. I liked generally being in the universe. But I wasn't in love with it. And so of all the summer pool party games so far, this is the least gnarly game. But it's got something still, and I still had fun. So I'm giving it a very, very underwhelming yes.
Wow.
I
know
don't
what
want
that
your
means.
yes.
Yeah,
I don't want your underwhelming yes.
Why would you give a game that
I
you
reject it.
clearly didn't
I reject
like?
it.
No,
New
I
Game
did
Plus?
like it. I had fun. I don't like the series. I don't like things about Kingdom Hearts itself, but that's unfair to judge this game by those preferences, because the game parts of this game, combat and the storytelling and the getting to meet the Disney characters, I don't care if they were in their actual hometowns or not, and
They were.
putting aside that it's a game for kids and whatever else, like, it's a good game that I had fun with. I really did. That's why I'm giving it a yes. The combat system's cool. I think most people will enjoy it. I just struggled with it in a lot of ways that it's not fair to judge the game by. So I know that sounded really, 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 really negative. It was only a little bit negative. I think most people will enjoy going and playing this game and are more like Nolan than me.
In some ways, this is very Kingdom Hearts, and in some ways, this game is not like the Kingdom Hearts games I played, at least Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I think one of the things that we didn't actually explicitly say, I don't think, but that I think does make a major difference, is that in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you are playing primarily as Sora with your buddies Donald and Goofy. That makes it a very Disney experience. In this, you are a solo fighter the majority of the time. Certainly not with Donald and Goofy, and the Disney characters you do fight alongside are few and far in between, and so that related to what I've already exhaustively talked about them not being these really fleshed out Disney worlds like you experience in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. It feels different, but it is still very thematically Kingdom Hearts, story-wise Kingdom Hearts. The battle system is Kingdom Hearts, but it is there are some slight tweaks that make it in many ways even more enjoyable of a combat system. Here's the thing. I too kind of lean on Kenny's side in that I do think you're probably either a Kingdom Hearts person or you're not, and I'm not really, but I do like the idea. And I like Final Fantasy, although there's not tons of that here. You do get Zack Fair, who
Right,
I
forgot about that.
Who
Why
I don't
is
like.
Zack everywhere that he doesn't need to be?
Right. So it's a very different Kingdom Hearts game, but in the same way, there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts similarities here. Although the story is not it, and the characters are not it, which those are two of the things that I need most in games. The combat here is kind of just so fun that I had fun this week playing this game. I had fun messing with the combat system. I had fun melding the abilities. It felt good, and it could feel better, but it felt good. And being for a handheld title, it just takes it up a little bit more. So I think I like this game holistically more than Kingdom Hearts 1, probably less holistically than Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's still a good, decent game, and I think you should play it. So I also give it my vote for New Game Plus status, not as hesitantly as Kenny.
Okay. Wow, I didn't expect that.
Which means that Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, there's no colon there, by the way, is New Game Plus certified. But what did you think? On our YouTube poll, 35% said yes, it's worth playing today. 11% said no, go play something else, and 54% have never played it before. PSP.
Yeah, PSP was I think PS Vita did better than PSP. I might be lying on that, but it was
Really?
like
I thought PS Vita did bad.
I'm
did
actually
it? I might be
surprised.
tripping.
I'm actually surprised as many people played it as they did. I thought this one was more off the beaten path because mainly because of handhelds. I guess that it has been re-released on some of the big
top
consoles,
20 PSP.
so some people may have gotten it later.
Those things, I also think, just being a part of such a beloved franchise.
That's true.
That's going to bring people.
People
to it.
really, really do love Kingdom Hearts.
Many from our community played along this week and wrote in. Here are a few of their thoughts. Super Oats said, Birth by Sleep is a great entry in one of my favorite franchises. The gameplay keeps the core elements of previous titles while implementing new ideas, mainly the command deck, that stick around in subsequent games. The story is easy to follow, and you probably only need to play the first game to truly understand what is going on in this title. The 3 characters' narratives is a fun way to experience the story.
That's a pretty safe take, yeah.
I would say I don't think, compared to other Kingdom Hearts, that this story here is that complex. I think it's fairly easy to follow.
Agreed.
I think that you will get more if you played Kingdom Hearts 1 because there are some moments in there that really set up that story. But
it is less unhinged. I still don't think the door is attached, though.
P. McF, that's what I'm calling him from now on, said, I'm a pretty big Kingdom Hearts fan, so I was stoked when this got picked. Though the overall lore of the series is convoluted and confusing, this entry has some of the best storytelling in all of Kingdom Hearts. Wow. Lovable characters, great combat, and excellent visuals and music makes this a must-play for the PSP. My only complaint is the abhorrent rendition of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo that scorches your ears in the Castle of Dreams.
I don't know if I would say it's one of the best storytelling games in the series. I mean, maybe maybe. Two's better. And I think Dream Drop Distance
some of it
is better.
I didn't get all the way through it. I know some of the like character progression like moments people really are attached to here.
Yeah.
And so I will say I'm a little bit speaking from ignorance because big game we didn't get completely through it this week.
I think for Aqua's story, for Terra, I think he gets a lot of people's ire because he's like, oh, you want me to go do something evil? Okay. And then he just goes and does something. So like he's kind of just very one-dimensional, kind of like characters in kids stories. I don't know. Farmer Ben,
I'm gonna kill you,
said, this is my first time playing along and my first commentary.
Oh, well, welcome.
I am a fan of the
franchise. It better be good. Hey, it better be good.
Or you're out of here, Farmer. I am a fan of the franchise and had missed this one in its day. Thus, my comparisons are tied to others in the series. The combat of this one may very well be my favorite of them all. It's layered and deep. While they may throw a lot at you fast, once you get the hang of it, it's fun, has complexity, and evolves as you do. The worlds weren't my favorite and can feel samey at times, but it didn't matter as much to me as I was too wrapped up in smashing Heartless. It's not Heartless, but yeah. Yep. As usual with these games, the music slaps and is packed with very listenable tracks and an epic Utada intro. All in all, I had a blast, and while it isn't my favorite of the series, it's a top-notch series, so that was a lot to ask. New Game Plus without hesitancy.
You can write in again. Good job. Nice.
You're welcome here. And then finally, Spinny and the Jet, who did submit this game. It was solo submission.
Yeah, that's crazy. Against 16 entries for Sunshine or something?
Yeah, a lot. Yep. Spinny says, I first played Kingdom Hearts back when I got the first game for my 7th birthday, and I've loved the franchise ever since. For those who grew up on the franchise, I'm sure you all remember after Kingdom Hearts 2, the notoriously long wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out. So, when Birth by Sleep got announced and released, I feel like a lot of us fans loved this game even more just due to it filling the void.
For sure.
The world.
Dude, there was before you finish, there was a huge time of only side games. If you go look at the games that released for Kingdom Hearts, it was like 10 side games, and then 3 came out of nowhere.
Y'all were probably hungry for
we were
3 to
starving.
Come out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The worlds can seem a little bland. Movement can be clunky, and times the damage output is confusing for some commands. But if you look at what they were able to do for a game on the PSP, this game absolutely stands out. Obvious NGP from me. Hopefully my selection was one people were happy to revisit or experience for the first time.
Sounds like it was.
Yeah.
Sounds like people liked it.
We mostly got there. It took me a little bit more to get there than it probably should have, but we got there in the end.
And I also just don't know if it's gnarly enough, but maybe all Kingdom Hearts are gnarly.
Yeah, the story makes no sense. It's gnarly.
No Kingdom Heart is gnarly.
For now, we are setting aside Birth by Sleep, but we are not randomly selecting from our Retro Master list. Why? Because it is time for a Patreon poll!
I think it's a good thing when I don't know if it's a producer or a Patreon pool.
Yeah.
I
That means
like being in
we're
that
so
world.
deep in the
Yeah.
summer
We're
pool
so
party.
yeah, we got to come up for air at some point, but we dove in.
Stats by Shane.
That's by Shane.
30 games on the PS1, 29 for the GameCube, and 18 for the PS2.
29 for the GameCube.
Okay.
I like the sound of that.
It's up there. And the reason why, some of the reason why is because Super Mario Sunshine also still is leading the pack. There are
Nice.
23 entries this time. The most
Wow.
entries,
Okay, that's a lot.
but still the percentage, is pretty low.
Right.
The very next highest, so 23 Super Mario Sunshine, Pokemon Emerald 7.
Okay.
Big drop.
Dang, that big of a difference.
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
Whoa.
Big diff.
Right under Emerald is Aria of Sorrow and The World Ends With You. Still trying to get that.
Yep.
We've got a
Happy
few
with
other
those.
games on here from a few people, like Tibbs submitted Ultima 7, The Black Gate.
An
Tits.
Ultima game. Interesting.
William submitted Harvest Moon, Back to Nature.
Never played that. I've never
Okay.
played a Harvest Moon game.
Tins submitted Jack and Daxter. Isn't it Dexter? No,
It's
that's your
Daxter.
that's your thing, right?
That's
what you're
my
watching
thing,
right now.
yeah.
And then listen
It's
to
Michael
this,
C. Hall.
Nolan becomes
What?
available this week. This is crazy, guys. Get ready to feel this in
Dark Souls
your
2.
lower back. Flumbus submitted Limbo.
Oh,
15
yeah.
years old already?
50 years old this week.
I've never
Fif-
No,
played
whoa,
it.
15.
50.
15 years old.
We're really
You
old.
said 50.
I know.
I would love to revisit that game.
That is
Never
not
played it.
retro. What? No,
I mean, it's-
what?
The like silhouette game?
Yes.
Like everything's I've never played it.
Are you an
Oh.
idiot?
I hope
Yeah.
that gets pulled now just to
Yeah.
remedy everything that's wrong with you.
There are mini games in here. Thank you to our loyal patrons. There's still time to get into the pool party. There's still a few more weeks that we're doing this.
Give
So
us your
come
money.
get in the water with us. It's a little bit warm because Kenny's had a loose bladder, but we would love for you to come in and join us. Out of all these games and more, we are randomizing now. It will probably be no surprise to you that this game was submitted 2 times by one person.
That's
Good
probably
side or
a
bad
couple
side?
people that did that.
There's a lot of people that just submitted their own game, of course, but
Sure.
when you've got so many that's heavy on one game, you would
Oh.
hope that it would be something like this. This is, again, just one person submitted this game.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. This game is directly connected in multiple ways to the game that we just played and talked about.
Oh no, really?
So a Final Fantasy game or a Disney game?
No, it's a Kingdom Hearts game.
Or a Kingdom Hearts game? No.
It might be.
This
No.
game
That'd
came
be
out
wild.
in the year 2007, and it released for the PSP.
Oh.
This will
We're
immediately be
staying
our-
on the same console?
We are staying on the same console.
Has the
Weird.
game been mentioned earlier in the show?
The game has also been mentioned earlier in the show.
Kenny, it might
Weird.
be. Who
Don't.
mentioned it? Did I?
I did, you did, yeah.
Oh wow, then I don't remember.
I think, or maybe. This is our third PSP game only, and it's back to back with our second PSP game.
Is it in a
Weird.
series?
Yes. It is in a beloved series. It is a black sheep in a beloved series. It is a game that was submitted by the one and only Mystic, and the game is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my god.
It's not even what you were thinking.
No.
No.
I was going
I
like
knew Final Fantasy.
You were going GTA.
whoa. Yeah, I was going like I was trying to think of
Got
that
you,
top 10
got you.
list, and I was like, could it be that Metal Gear game I said?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So Mystic submitted Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, which is also crazy that it's put in that order after the
Oh,
the
yeah.
colon is Final
There
Fantasy
is
VII.
there is at least a colon in this one.
There
I
is, yes.
Okay.
Also own this.
So back-to-back Zack games.
Right, and I'm
Weird.
going to play Reunion, the re-release of it on
I think
PS5.
that's totally fair. It's the same
I'm gonna
game,
do it.
just a little bit,
Yeah, it's improved.
Yeah. I also have a game. Oh, on the place on Steam. This is easy.
Steam?
I think so. I played it last year and shut it down early because
It's on Windows, yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
Find I can't wait to see what Kenny thinks. Find a copy of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII and play it along with us and Mystic this next week.
So, okay, we need a lot of people to join Discord. Why? Don't ask questions. Go to discord.gg/NGP podcast.
You'll know why once you do it.
Oh.
You'll know why once you get in there. There's a surprise.
You'll actually be joining a huge number of amazing gamers, including some of those who support our podcast on patreon.com while you're hanging out on Discord. You'll meet people like our producers, including Alex, Marlene, Antonin, Ben, Bill R, Champagne Vinaigrette, Cody Craig, Dagny Flumbus, Garlisle, Hallex, Harold, Hey Brother, Hot Tamales, JB Crest, J Robert, Jake Jordan, Justin Klin, Lepidius Landris, Levi Maxima, Megatron, Miss Muso, Not Enough Dog, Rad Mac, Riff Sagen, Scotty Shane, Shauna, Snake Matic, Spinny the Jet, Hey, Stephen Fox, Super Garbage Day, Super Hyper, Swaggy, Taco Fish, Psycho Manus, Thomas, Unbedavable, and Zion. Of course, thank you to our director level supporters as well, Bro Jim Sasser, Mystic, and Tins and Siegfried, and to our newest patrons, Grammy C and Caldaka.
Grammy.
Welcome to not only supporting your favorite retro gaming podcast, but also to the summer pool party.
Thanks, Grammy.
Grammy's what I called
joining
my
us.
grandmother.
Aw. You can follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Links are in the show notes. Listen directly on any podcast provider of your choice. Make sure you subscribe so that you are the first to get new NGP episodes. And while you're at it, please leave a kind rating and review. Our episode artwork was created by our friend Dave. Our video episode edited by our friend Dylan. Audio episode was edited and produced by our friend Dan Willett. Join us next week as we play Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Until then, I'm still Aqua. Come on.
Ooh, let me get this right. No, I'm Aqua. You got it wrong.
I'm Song.
And
Nolan doesn't even want to play the game at all.
Well, of course.
Dustin knows who that is.
Yes. I don't think he's in Crisis Core, but maybe he is.
He is.
Oh, wow. Until then, I am still... No, I already did that.
already
And
did
this
that.
has been New Game Plus.